When he opened the car door, I thought, like, this is it. Either I'm gonna hear a gunshot or I'm gonna get pushed off a cliff.
Tonight on 2020, right back in the news, the bizarre crime that captivated the country. That California couple woken in the night, tied up and drugged.
Oh my God, what is this?
She was kidnapped, tossed into a trunk.
The only thing that I was thinking of was I want to see my mom and dad.
He was left behind, tortured by mind games.
Aaron was worried that if he didn't stay within the confines of this red tape, that Denise would be killed.
But almost worse, the police say they made it all up.
Police say the kidnapping was a hoax.
An orchestrated hoax.
Possible kidnapping hoax.
There was a certain feeding frenzy on the hoax thing, on the Gone Girl.
We're partners in crime.
They went from, I killed Denise, to we did a hoax.
They treated you like a criminal.
To realize that your life is completely worthless to the people who are sworn to protect it.
They've waited all this time to tell their truth, and tonight, right here, they do.
He said, I wish we would have met under different circumstances.
Now, the shock of who the kidnapper was. And tonight, a question and a warning. Was he working alone?
The public is in danger, and we know that they're still out there.
Stranger than fiction. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
And I'm David Muir, and this is 2020. Here's Amy Robach.
The voice kept saying over and over again, wake up, this is a robbery. We're not here to harm you.
There were red laser beams pointing at them. There were flashes, bright lights. They were told to turn over. They were bound.
Because it's wild. It reads like a movie script. The details are insane.
And I could see red dots scanning the wall. And I thought, like, holy this is real.
Aaron, Quinn, and Denise Huskins are sound asleep in their bed. It's 3 in the morning when intruders break into their dreams.
And I remember thinking, like, God, this is a really bad nightmare.
They had guns facing us.
They say they hear men swarming their home. One comes into their bedroom dressed in a black wetsuit. He's barking orders.
Said, I'm gonna leave some ties at the edge of the bed, and Aaron's gonna put his hands behind his back. You're going to tie his hands behind his back and his feet together.
It gets creepy. The man in black calls Aaron by his name.
And he said to Aaron, turn over. And
he knew his name.
Yeah, and like that was another like, oh my God, what is this?
He is weirdly courteous and complimentary.
And he was encouraging me, saying, you're doing a good job, continue.
Saying you were being good victims?
Yeah. He asked if I was comfortable. I mean, I'm like, what the hell do you care?
Aaron and Denise are stuffed in a closet, trussed up with zip ties and blindfolded with blacked out swim goggles. Headphones playing soothing music are placed over their ears. They are forced to chug a cocktail of cough syrup laced with a powerful sedative.
Just total sensory deprivation.
I don't know a better word than terrifying, because it wasn't just a robbery.
And so you probably thought the end might be death.
Yeah, I was convinced of it.
And we were helpless at that point.
Aaron hears a pre-recorded voice in his headphones, threatening that if he resists, they'll shock Denise with a stun gun or cut her face, coldly informing him this is a kidnapping. They're going to take Denise. They leave Aaron behind to raise the ransom, 2 $8,500 payments. They knew exactly what he could afford.
He asked for a certain amount of money that I could pay. If he asked for $1 million, I immediately have to go to the police.
One shadowy abductor tosses Denise, still bound hand and foot, wearing those goggles and headphones, in the trunk of a car and drives off into the dark of night. Before the violent invasion of their cozy life, Aaron and Denise might have considered themselves the luckiest couple in Vallejo, California. Aaron's house is on Mare Island, a northern suburb of San Francisco.
Very safe neighborhood, new nice homes, white picket fence type neighborhood.
Aaron and Denise had it all. Good looks, great careers in physical therapy, and the thrill of a new romance they'd just met 7 months earlier.
We joked that our first date wasn't really intended to be a first date. We were out with other therapists that we work with, and it was like there was no one else there.
It just came natural, our relationship.
Yeah.
It was
easy.
And then the catastrophe. When Aaron comes to, Denise is gone, but he's not alone.
There's a camera there, and there are tape marks on the ground.
To imprison him.
Aaron wakes up from the sedative, groggy and terrified. He says the kidnappers had marked off a section of the first floor living area with red tape and warned him, stay within the lines or else.
You go outside that confinement and we will hurt Denise. Kidnappers are telling me that they're gonna kill Denise. If I go to the police, they're gonna kill my family.
It is an agonizing decision, but finally, 10 hours after his home was invaded and his girlfriend abducted, Aaron makes what he says is the toughest call of his life. He dials 911, knowing he's gambling with Denise's life.
And when I was dialing 911, before I hit that, I was thinking I might be killing her.
As of this moment, Ms. Huskins' whereabouts are unknown, and we are treating this matter as a kidnap for ransom. And anyone who has any information about her whereabouts are encouraged to contact the Vallejo Police Department immediately.
Denise Huskins vanished from her boyfriend's home on has been kidnapped and is possibly being held for ransom.
Vallejo police launch a massive search for the missing blonde 29-year-old.
Lots of resources looking for this beautiful young woman who's missing and supposedly has been kidnapped.
Tonight, Denise Huskins is still missing and police have no suspects.
What no one knows, not even Denise, drugged and blindfolded in the trunk, is that the kidnappers have driven her 150 miles away to a hideout in South Lake Tahoe near the Nevada border. Like the rest of the world, the kidnappers are watching the news. They even show Denise a story about her anguished dad.
And my dad said something, I think, like, she's a strong person. Stay strong.
Be strong like you always are, because you got
to have my family and my friends worry and not know what was gonna happen. It just, can't imagine what that was like for them.
Denise says one of the abductors moves her to a blacked out bedroom, keeping her heavily sedated much of the time. But this much she knows, she is fighting for her life.
And I told myself, it doesn't matter what they do, I'm not gonna spend the last moment of my life screaming in terror.
Tell me how you got through mentally those hours with him.
I tried to play out every possible scenario and what was most likely to happen if I did A, B, or C. And everything I determined would get me killed or more traumatized, more hurt. There was no winning for me to try to fight. And so my only hope was to maybe connect with him and show him the human that is in front of him.
It seems to be working at first. She got sympathy and praise from her captor.
He would basically say that he admired me and my strength, and he acknowledged that Aaron and I were good people. He said, you guys don't deserve this. This shouldn't be happening to you.
But she says any kindness was outweighed by the cruelty to come. Courageously, Denise has decided to speak openly about it for the first time.
He raped you?
Yeah.
She says he recorded the rape on camera, but didn't like the way it looked, so he did it again.
And he decided to tape my eyes shut. It's like saying that the recording will just look like your eyes are shut. And then this time we have to kiss.
She says he told her his gang was making him do all this, planning to use the video against her if she ever went to the police.
If they ever thought that I was going to go to the authorities, they would release it on the internet. And then it was supposed to look like it was consensual, like we were in a relationship.
But that's not the last time Denise or Aaron say they would be victimized. Still ahead, with Denise's life hanging in the balance, the cops zero in on a suspect.
They interrogated me for 18 hours, telling me if you continue telling us this crazy story, we're going to paint you as a cold calculator monster.
The clock is ticking, and the cops' next move could be costly for everyone. Stay with us.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.